What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on a 97 Jeep Wrangler Sport. Got 4-liter. Came over here a few weeks ago and did a diagnostic on it and showed that the fuel pump wasn't starting and sent power to it. Didn't do anything. So we know that it is the fuel pump that is bad. Sprayed starting fluid in the throttle body, started right up. So the way we're going to do this is right here on the back. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts right here that hold it in on the back, and then on the front there are 2 bolts, I believe. Let me show it to you. There and there. And then I think that is all the bolts. I was thinking there was something up on the side over here, but I don't see them. Well, so I guess we just have 2 on the back, 4 on the front. Here is connector right here, then you have the evap line right there, and then you're going to have a fuel line right there. That's a quick disconnect. So we're going to disconnect this one and that one. It just has the little push tabs on the side, so I'm going to get those off. And then your hoses are right there, but we're probably going to take it off at the side of the truck where you fill it up at. That'd be a little bit easier. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this evap line, see if I can get y'all in here better, right here off, and that just pushes off. There is no clamps or anything, and then we're going to disconnect that connector right there. So let me get that stuff off real quick, and then I'll bring it back and I'll show you how that other connector works. That you gotta squeeze the tabs. So I got this line off. Like I said, I just put a little bit of penetrating oil around it and then pulled it off. And then this line right here, you're gonna just pinch those and you're going to push. It's kind of hard to see, I know, but it's got these little tabs on there. You just pinch them. Of course, they're going to start cutting grass next door, right next to me when I'm filming. Alright, I'm going to have to try to do this two-handed, so I may not be able to show y'all, but there's 2 little squeeze tabs. You squeeze them and then you just pull this line. Hold on, let me pull it off and I'll show y'all. We got the line off. Like I said, just be mindful that gas can come out. If you want to, you can go press the Schrader valve on the fuel rail to relieve any pressure, just to make sure that there isn't any. I've already did that, so hardly any fuel came out. I did spray penetrating oil on the bolts right there. Now let's go up to the side of the truck and I'll show you how to undo the filler neck portion. So this is the filler neck. We have 4 screws on the outside of the Phillips heads. Then we have 4 on the inside, and it shouldn't be all that tight. Let's see. No, these aren't tight at all, actually. So let me go ahead and pull these out, and then once I get it out, I'll show you. There should be a differential vent tube on the like zip tied to it, also to the inside. So let me get this off and I'll show y'all what that looks like. Right there is your differential vent right there. You can see it is zip tied. And this one actually has like a little ground cable, it looks like, on here too. But it's zip tied to the little side tube right there, because you're going to have 2 tubes coming off of the filler neck. So what we're going to do is cut that loose right there from the side tube, and then we should be able to bring it down with the gas tank as we're lowering the gas tank out of the truck. I got the jack underneath here now, and I went ahead and took out all the bolts except for one. They are a 1/2 inch on this one. And we got this one right here left. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but like I said, they're 1/2 inch, and that's the last one we have. And we're going to take this out now. I just didn't want to show y'all taking out like 8 or 9 bolts on this thing. So let me take this out and then we'll try to lower her down. Actually, there is one more bolt on the passenger side near the exhaust. I just couldn't see it. one way of getting it. That's one way of doing it. Luckily, I don't think there's much gas in this thing. Alright, here's the tank right here, and I went ahead and wiped this out pretty good, kind of blew it out a little bit too. I don't have an air compressor with me, but I just blew it out with my mouth, which that sounded wrong, but that's what I did. But now we're going to have to take this line right here off. It is quick disconnect also. There's your cable, and now we're going to use a hammer and a chisel, punch, screwdriver, whatever you got, and we're going to tap this right here off. So let me grab my hammer and stuff, and then we'll be right back. First thing we're going to try is a punch. We'll see if a punch will do it. I got these longer ones right here. Let me scoot my blanket over so I can kneel on it. Got a feeling she's going to be tight. Yeah. I may have to use my chisel. Yeah, there it goes. Before I pour the pump out, I should say, not off, but before I pull it off, I'm going to blow it off again. Alright, now we should be able to lift it up out of here. I'll try to dump that back inside. And I can tell this thing's been sitting for a while because the gas smells just like varnish. Let me grab the new pump. Now, these things can have 1 or 2 different pumps depending on what size tank you have. You can have an 18 and a 15 gallon. So let's make sure this is the right one before I put it in. So it looks to be the correct pump, which is good. We're going to take this old seal out, put it with the pump. And I'm going to stick the new one in. Seem to be facing a little bit of an angle like that. Now you're going to have to switch over that little squeeze tab from your old one. All you have to do is pry up on these little pieces right here. Make sure I'm showing y'all. Pry up on these little pieces right there, and it should slide right out. Let me get a pick and I'll show you how we do that. Alright, so I'm going to get a pick underneath here and push it and rotate it and do the same thing, and it should slide right off like that. Oh, don't drop it. Set this to the side. Slide that back on for the time being, just so I don't get any dirt in it. You may have to push down on it while you start your piece on. I know they make a tool that you can use for this, but I've actually had bad luck with it where it doesn't even take it off. So it's kind of hit or miss. Some people like it, some people don't. Put the line back on. I'm gonna pull, if I can get that out. I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the part number to this one. This is a precision part for the 15. It is A30103. I'll get y'all the part to the 18 gallon as well, and I'll put a link up to both of them in the description below. So let me get this back on the jack, and then I'll bring y'all back and y'all can watch me throw it back up in there. Alright, so I got it started now, and the way I did this was got it up on the jack and started the filler neck in through the body piece. And once you get that, you should be able to start lifting it right up. Now the front is going to come close to the differential on the back, so just make sure that the front bolt pieces or little L piece on the shield doesn't hit that, because it can flip it over and knock it off of your jack. So I did jack it up just enough to see, make sure I was going to clear everything, but now we're just going to jack it up and try to get her back in position. Alright, so we do have the pump in now, and I'm guessing the battery is dead. You got the air breather off anyway, but let's try to see if it'll crank up and see if I can hear it priming. Do it a couple times. Yes, I can hear it priming, so let's see if we can get it to crank. Battery voltage is showing low. Nah. Battery is too low to even try to crank it, so I'm going to ask the owner, he's a good friend of mine, if he can charge the battery on it and then try to crank it and see if it cranks up. We'll show y'all real quick how to check this. Just go to the fuse box right here, and you're going to go to your fuel pump relay right there, and then it should be that one, and then you just send power straight to it. I forgot which one it is. Hold on. I think it's either 87 or 30. So should be that one right there, this bottom one. You can send power straight to that and see if you can hear the fuel pump priming. And if you can't, then more than likely you have a bad fuel pump. That's just like a quick check to do that. But probably won't end the video here. If y'all have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll get to them as soon as I can. And y'all remember, torque this tight, and y'all have a great day.